Hello, my name is Brian Klingenpeel and I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator for Roanoke County Fire and Rescue. We're here at Station 1 today, and joining me is Lieutenant Chance Campbell. He is one of our SCBA technicians, and we're going to be talking today about some new equipment that we have that's called PAPRs. Lieutenant Campbell, thank you so much for joining me today. Tell me a little bit about the difference between SCBA and PAPRs, and what PAPRs even stands for.
Well, Brian, like you mentioned before, the SCBA is a self-contained breathing apparatus, and PAPRs, we mentioned earlier on, is a powered air purifying respirator. The main difference in the two is the oxygen we receive, or the air we receive from our SCBA, is coming straight from the bottle. The air we receive for the PAPRs is actually air that comes in and is purified. We're going to use that more so for airborne pathogens, i.e. COVID-19. And the SCBA we're going to use more for structure fires or any type of smoke and stuff like that.
Smoke and the particles that are contained within it that can be very deadly.
Very deadly.
So Chance, tell me a little bit about how do you breathe air out of this bottle? So obviously it doesn't just flow out into the atmosphere. So how do you actually breathe the air out of an SCBA bottle?
So that's a good question, Brian. So basically we have a bottle full of air. You're going to turn it on. It's going to flow through some hoses and whatnot. It's going to go straight into our mask. And then we're going to actually exhale the bad air back out into the bad atmosphere.
Okay, so how does that different from PAPRs then? What do you use to breathe the clean air through PAPRs?
So PAPRs actually takes the air from the atmosphere, it brings it in, it purifies it, it sends it back to our mask where we're going to breathe it, and then we're going to blow bad air back out.
So you can use the same mask that we use for SCBA for PAPRs?
Absolutely.
So that's one of the advantages. We didn't have to buy all new masks to use the PAPRs.
Nope. We did not have to buy a new mask.
Okay, everybody's probably familiar with masks after the past 18 months or so like this. So tell me a little bit about how this mask that we sometimes wear on EMS calls is different from that mask.
So the N95 mask, which we are all familiar with over the past year, it blocks out 95% of contaminants or airborne pathogens. It takes the air from the outside, it brings it in, it filters it to 95% of the particles, and we blow the bad air back out. The PAPRs goes up to 99.9%. They actually use P100 filters.
Okay.
So 99.9% of airborne pathogens are filtered out through the contraption and then blown back out. With our SCBA, 100%. Whatever's in the bottle is what we're going to breathe. It is all good.
So tell me a little bit, and we might just get down here so we can kind of compare the two things. Tell me a little bit about how PAPRs is different from SCBA.
Brian, SCBA, self-contained breathing apparatus, as you said earlier, we use these in IDLH atmospheres that are immediately dangerous to life and health. On the PAPRs, it is non-IDLH atmospheres that we're going to use those in. Also, some main differences between the two. The SCBA are a lot heavier than the PAPRs device. Therefore, we can wear them a lot longer, more so in the back of ambulances and on EMS calls, which normally take roughly 2 hours per call.
Okay. All right, so PAPRs in this instance is going to have a little more of an EMS application for infectious disease and things like that. And the main advantage is just lighter and being able to wear it longer. So how long does an SCBA bottle usually last?
SCBA bottles, our current ones, are rated 45 minutes of use.
Okay.
We normally get roughly 30 minutes of use out of them.
Right, and so how long could you theoretically wear PAPRs?
PAPRs up to 4 hours on a single battery, up to 8 hours with the cartridges.
Okay, all right, cool. And where will these be placed, or?
Right now they're going to be placed on every ambulance throughout the county. We'll have 2 per ambulance for both EMS providers.
Oh, great. Well, thank you so much for explaining PAPRs to us, Lieutenant Campbell. We really, really appreciate that. If you have more questions about equipment or Roanoke County Fire and Rescue, you can call me directly at 540-777-8718, or you can find us on the web at roanokecountyva.gov/firerescue.